I know you all like to see Hcmc, so I thought I'd bring it to you and I'll give you a bit of an update on this stock and whereabouts I can see it going in the not so distant future. So we're going to be doing a stock analysis, a financial composition, if I can find the data because it's a penny stock. We're also going to be doing a graphical analysis, and we are going to be talking more about their patent infringement. If you can, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. It really helps the channel out. And honestly, we're on the road to 400 subs. So if you all can help me out, then that'll be very much appreciated. And let's get on with the video. Before we get into today's video, I just want to say I am in no way, shape or form a financial advisor. And please take anything I say with a pinch of salt. I'm simply a university student studying business and management, and that is all. Please remember that stocks are battlefields. I can only scout the battlefield for you. Please only put in money which you can afford to lose, and always devise your own strategies before entering into the stock market. So, moving into a graphical analysis of Hcmc. Now, I have devised a flag here as to where, so I've created a support structure of Hcmc, and as you see, there is about 5 different touch points, actually 6 touch points for this level of support, which is actually quite a good level of support. Now, I could have put it in a straight line here, however, I think this actually paints a better picture, because this is like from back then, so this is a day ago to now, and generally, I think that this isn't actually too bad, because this flag, as you see, is meeting this point here. So what I think is going to happen is in this market open, I think this stock is either going to rise up or it's going to go down. It's either going to create a new level of support, or it is going to fall below the level of support and create a new level of support below. Now, that is something which I think could happen. And you also have to take into account that the volume is going to be a very influential factor when actually reading this stock, because every bit of volume has correlated with this stock. So as you see, anything in red down here, this is a sell-off. Anything that's green is a buy. So as we saw a red sell-off. So people started selling, panic selling almost. And then we saw a buyback, which created a level of resistance there. So we actually created a new level of support at that support structure when we bought back. Then we start seeing this buy. We keep seeing these buys, which influences the price of this stock. We were at 0.026, and now we're staying pretty mellow at around the 0.3, the 0.003 mark. So, you know, the volume always has a very like sort of influential effect with this stock, and the reason for that is because we own a very large majority in Hcmc, and you all have to remember this. We retail investors own a fair amount of the shares within Hcmc, so when we buy into the stock and we show a large demand for the stock, it's going to consequently influence the price, it's going to rise the price, and if we sell, then it's going to sell down. Now, obviously, that is to a certain degree, because if we are overvaluing where Hcmc could go, then the stock could fall. However, at the moment, with all of their patent infringements and all of the news that is surrounding them at the moment, all of the hype that's around them, I can't see this being too bad at the moment, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I genuinely think that now is actually quite... It looks like a good time to buy. It looks to me like there's a good level of support there, and you know, I think if you wanted to swing trade this, you probably could, because I feel like it could go back up to 0.42 in the not so distant future. So that is my 2 cents on the graphical analysis, and I'll let you all devise your own strategies. And now we'll move on to the financial report. So before I actually go into the financial composition, I'd just like to say that actually Hcmc's earnings report is due today, so this could be very, very interesting stuff, and I may have to make an updated video tomorrow about Hcmc's earnings, and I'll tell you all about whether their earnings have improved from their last quarter to now, and this could be a very influential factor in whether their price is going to go up today or whether it's going to go down. So keep an eye out on this. And I'm going to upload this video today because I want you all to keep an eye out for this and potentially buy like as soon as it comes out, sort of thing. So keep your eyes peeled on this right here, okay? Okay, so for their financial composition, now I'm looking at their balance sheet, which which states their assets and their liabilities. Now, Hcmc has acquired more total assets, which is always positive. We like seeing companies with more assets. However, the bad thing is with HCMC that they've also acquired more liabilities, and I think that is just due to, I think that's just been, they've had to get out of debt pretty much. They've had to increase capital, because one of this patent infringement, they were trying to actually raise funds. Maybe they've probably been planning this patent infringement for a while actually, but they had to create the funds to actually be able to implement their patent infringement plans. So that could have been the reason why they've had to create more liabilities. Now, their current ratio, I can't see their current ratio. However, I will do a quick calculation. I'll be right back. Okay, so after calculating the current ratio, I have found out that in the most recent quarter, Hcmc had a current ratio of 0.4. And in the previous quarter to that, their current ratio was 0.79. And if you don't know what a current ratio is, it's their ability to pay back debt. It's the current assets over the current liabilities. So the most recent was 0.4, and the one before that was 0.79. So their current ratio has actually decreased by 0.39. However, like I said, this could have been them trying to create capital to ensure that they win this patent infringement. So I wouldn't be too worried at the moment about the financial report, but we will see what position they are in February, or actually today. It's going to be very interesting to see whereabouts they are in their financial report, and whether they have the funds to be able to take on the giants of Philip Morris. Now, I've been doing a fair bit of research around this whole case, and how long is a normal patent infringement case, and how long are we expected to see this massive amount of money come through for HCMC. Now, the median time for a trial for a patent infringement case in the US District Courts is about 30 months. And if that is the case, HCMC put out this statement of their patent on the 30th of November. So that would bring us out to the 30th of May 2023. That being the case. However, I can't see HCMC fully sticking out this lawsuit for that long. And the reason for that is because I genuinely don't think they would have the capital. And I don't want to BS you guys about where I think this stock is at the moment. However, right, and I say this now, I genuinely think that Philip Morris, they'll probably agree a settlement with HCMC. And it will be a very lucrative settlement as well. Now, I am all about this HCMC movement, but I have to also provide an ounce of realism to a lot of you who think that this patent infringement will come through. And I don't think that their financial report is strong enough to really uphold this patent infringement. And, you know, I may get slaughtered in the comments for this, and I am okay with that, because I don't want you all to lose money from this, and I'm more than happy to state my own opinions, and you all can, you know, take it as you will and, you know, devise your own strategies. However, right, what I can see happening is I could see Philip Morris buying HCMC because of the sheer size difference between the companies. I can see Philip Morris actually buying HCMC for quite a large amount of money, which would increase their share price. I could also see Philip Morris actually just paying HCMC in full. I could see them just buying the product off them. Like they may just buy the entire product. Now, do I think HCMC will go through this patent? Probably not. And I'm really interested to see their next financial composition. I'll give you an update on where I think they are when I see their next earnings report. But as of right now, I can't say that they are in a very strong position to be able to go through with this patent infringement. However, if Philip Morris does either buy the product, agree on a settlement, or agree with this, or actually buy out HCMC, their share prices could go up to the 0.3 to 0.5 mark. And honestly, I could see this happening. And also, if this lawsuit did go through, the likelihood is that what we would see is they would have a nice settlement for this lawsuit, which would increase the value of HCMC and consequently increase their share prices to the 0.3 to 0.5 mark. Now, I can't see them hitting $1. Not anytime soon, at least. I can't see that happening. And I'm going to be completely straight up. I can't see that happening. But if it hits 0.3 or 0.5, then it's still a massive, massive increase from where they are right now. So don't see this as a bad thing. See it as a positive, because they are in a very strong position still. But in terms of this lawsuit and going completely through with it, it's unlikely. And, you know, again, I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong for a lot of your sakes, but that is just completely my opinion, and I'm entitled to that. So that is going to be it for today. I hope you have all enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. It really means a lot, and we are growing drastically on this channel, and I can't thank you enough for your constant support. This has been your boy Sam from Armada Trading. I'll see you in the next video on the channel. In a bit, everyone.